Hey there, Christina here, Ginger Mama Tarot. Welcome, Divine Feminine Pisces placements for your August extended Tartotscope reading. I hope you're doing well. August is rolling in with like some intense energy, I feel like. And that's because we have a triple conjunction going on. We have Mars and Uranus and a lunar north node. And it's crazy. It's all about destiny. It's all about the universe slamming in your face. You're not on your proper timeline, your highest timeline yet. Do you want to alter course? And everybody's kind of like, I don't know. Do I fight this? Do I go for it? And I think most of you, you're wanting to go for it, but you're feeling really drained. What I kept channeling when I was channeling for you was like I'm in Arizona, right? And so it is dry. It's a desert, right? But it was that idea of like needing water, like crinkled up plants, like a plant that was not designed for the desert, but you've been dropped into the desert. And you're like, but I need more water. I'm used to being watered more. And Source is like, nope, you gotta put in the hard work because you're a divine counterpart. You know how to live in the desert. You know how to live in the jungle. You know how to live in every single realm because you're a divine counterpart. Okay? So I know you feel like you've put in all the work you can into this dynamic and it's not working. And the truth is, it's not. Okay? It's not your job to make it work. It's your job to do your piece of the puzzle. Okay? You guys are mirrors. You're connected whether you like it or not. You do your homework assignment. You do your piece of the puzzle. You ascend, you grow. You move on to mission work. You channel with Source. You heal what needs to be healed in you. And do not worry about if this other person's putting in the work. You know, I get a lot of emails from divine feminines who say stuff like that. Well, I'm in separation or I'm about to release, but like I just don't believe this person will do the work. And I'm like, again, that's your belief that they're incapable of healing themselves is the block. You know, I released my counterpart in full belief that like they're gonna heal if they want to heal. They're gonna heal if they're my person, they're gonna figure it out. I have no doubt. Because if I can do it, they can do it, right? Like we're the same energy. And if they choose not to, that's not my responsibility. Not at all. That has nothing to do with me. I do not live their life. They are free in their own life, right? And so I feel like many of you need to walk away from this concept that you need to save anyone. You are not here to save anyone. You're masculine, anyone. The work I do is if people feel called to me, I can help aid them on their journey, but I am not here to save them. Oftentimes I have clients that try to rebook a lot of times and it hasn't been long since the last reading, and I'll tell them, I'm sorry, I can't do this reading for you, because clearly they're not doing the work yet. Do you know what I mean? And that's the same with your masculine. If they keep walking back towards you, but they haven't actually done the work to heal and to show you that they're healing their avoidant attachment, that they actually want a connection, that they actually want to be vulnerable in some way and like slowly build this up, then you need to walk away, all right? Stay balanced in your feminine emotions. I think many of you, it's like you get to this place of balance, but then you're just allowing the smallest thing to like turn you on your head and like crumble down into sobbing tears. And of course, we need to let that out if that comes up, but make sure you're not letting that happen and it's going on for days and days and days, right? Don't do that. Like completely clear out this counterpart situation, all expectations around it, and trust and full faith and surrender that Source has this figured out. You need to be looking to the future. Forget this person, right? Their physical body, whatever it is. Focus on the feeling that you want. Focus on what you want out of love, what you want out of commitment, how would you feel safe in a connection, right? Feminine energy feels safe when they have someone who consistently is committed to communication. And these masculines are all confused. Well, I don't know how to commit. They can't commit to talking to you in person. I mean, at this point, it's like they got to commit to something. And if you think you're worthy of someone who cannot commit to a face-to-face conversation with you, then you need to really address that. Because I get it. I've been on that side where I'm like, no, I'll wait, or oh this, or I'll take the text message, or oh this, and I'll reach out again. Absolutely not. I am worth a fucking goddamn in-person conversation. Trust me, there's a lot of people that would love to sit down and talk with me. And the same with you. Okay, that's what I'm getting at. We're mirrors right now. I want you to embody that energy of like, no. And anytime they reach out, if your response should be great. When would you like to talk? In person. If they flake, if they're slow about it, if they don't respond to the text immediately, gone, done. They're just gonna break your heart again. Okay, Three of Swords. They want control over this dynamic because they're that insecure with themselves. And you need to let go of that and stop believing that they're not going to heal. Focus on your own healing. You got to heal your own broken heart, okay? Many of you are very anxiously attached. You need to ask yourself if you're playing out those same storylines over and over again. The moon reversed. It's like you're so fixated on their secrets. Are they with third parties? Are they this? Are they that? um, it doesn't matter. They're not with you, so why do you care? I mean, I understand. You're like, well, Christina, we share energy in this whole spiritual wiki. I get it. But at the same time, your focus on them is making them focus more on themselves. Every time we focus on our counterpart, their ego gets bigger and bigger. It does. And it messes with your intuition, Divine Feminine. And I know it's hard to do. It's hard to do because it's like they just live rent free in your brain. You can't ever turn it off. You know, I get it. But you can do things to pull back from that. Working is a great way to do that. And as we're talking about your August extended Tartotscope, let's get into that because there's a lot of info here, especially towards the end of the month, on work, on mission work, on how to clear out that energy so your counterpart is forced into their feminine energy as you are really standing strong in your masculine energy, okay? So, for starters, as we approach the 11th, we have an Aquarius full moon. This is a great time for you, the moon reversed, to protect your energy big time, to stay in hermit mode, to be like, I'm not gonna allow, like you hear all these people talking, I'm just gonna block it out, right? Sorry, I'm at a hotel, like it's all good. But like, I'm gonna block it out and keep moving forward, okay? So this full moon, I want you to set, make a list of everything it is that you don't wanna do anymore. I don't wanna be codependent. I don't want to be obsessed with what this person's doing. I don't want to stalk their social media. Whatever it is you're doing right now, make a list of it and be like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm worth more than this. And then I want you to burn that list. Give it to source. Be like, please release me of this. I'm done. Okay? Push away any energy. Focus on the energy clearing. Focus on taking the gold hoop, down your body in meditation, or you can picture yourself dripping in gold, or I like to do the spinning like thread. I just pictured like a cocoon of gold around me where like no one can get in. And I love gold. I just, for me, that crown chakra, that analogy, that protection, that's what I like to use. Other people like to pretend they're in like armor or suits or whatever it is you want to do. But really push away. I call back my energy solely to myself. I am sovereign in my own being. I do not take energy from any other person, place, or thing. As I say this, as I'm doing this reading, there's more energy coming in. You can do this anytime, in your mind, out loud, before bed. You need to be doing that a lot this month, okay? Really, really, really protecting your energy because you're gonna start to feel these shifts a lot more. And it's a very difficult thing. And that's why you're feeling like, I just want watered, I want nurtured, because everyone's draining you. They're feeding off of you. The sun is, it's hot. And so you need to kind of water yourself right now, right? That Pisces energy of like maybe getting in the pool. I was swimming a lot this week. I can't now because I just got these tattoos. But I loved it. Like I'm kind of like, still want to go get back in. Is that a big deal if I do that? Anyways, so protect your energy. Yeah, that one that came out, protect your energy. But after you release this, okay, on the 11th, and we're at that point, I love that for you. Then we hit Virgo season starting on the 22nd, okay? And Virgo season is a really intuitive time. It's one of the most intuitive earth sign placements, I personally believe, if not one of the most intuitive in the zodiac. But it's also a time to get really real, to like bullet point what it is you want in your life, what you want to do. This Five of Pentacles tells me some of you maybe have experienced illness lately, or something like that. That could be the energy thing you need to clear out, you guys. Okay, if you're getting sick a lot, it's because you still have other people's energy, or you're still obsessively thinking about that counterpart and letting them into your energy. Push it away. The Five of Pentacles is also a card about scarcity mindset. You might be worried there's not enough for you. There's not enough money. There's not enough jobs. Everybody else does these cool jobs and they travel and do these things and not me. It never works for me. Stop. If that's what you believe, it will not work for you. Trust me, a year ago, I never would have thought this would be my career. And then I realized when God awoke me and I started to awaken, I was like, oh my God, I can do whatever I want. I literally get to be whoever I want to be. But I have to get really clear about it. And that's what you're being asked to do. Really get clear. And not everybody is meant to read tarot or do astrology, right? Lots of us are meant to do things where we're in like traditional jobs, but we're using our crown chakra, our third eye chakra. As I say this, my crown going wild, as I always say wild, it just tingles, guys. It's like a feeling on the top of your head, the back, the front. It's a little different at different times, but it's telling me you're on the right path, Christina. Continue to speak the words that you are speaking. And so as your chakras activate, those can be used in these traditional jobs to bring up maybe some new inventive ideas of like somebody says something that's not working and you're like, well, what if we consider doing it this way? And it might sound totally off the wall. And you might think everyone's going to laugh at me and think I'm crazy. But then you say it quickly, right? When you have the thought, you communicate it. And suddenly everybody's like, huh, that could work. And you know what? If they don't, There's a tower moment, which, by the way, this isn't about that. You Pisces, as you're listening to this, you didn't want to listen to the work, you're still back on love. If you communicate or are communicating with your masculine, you're about to have a massive tower moment, massive. Like, you will feel sick, you will feel drained, your finances, everything. You've got to cut this out. You don't have to, but like, you got to ask if it's balanced. Many of you, I have free blogs on my website, gingermama.com. I also do personal readings, but there are blogs on there about how to release your counterpart, how to clearly state, hey, this is not working for me. I have a true connection with you. I really care about you. I want to be in a committed connection with you. And then what do? They run or they ghost. And then what should you do? You should just stay away. But what do? I've done it too. You reach back out because you just miss them. You love them. You feel bad. You make excuses for them. Oh, they had a hard life. And then you don't look in the mirror and say, hey, I've had a hard life. I don't deserve to be treated like this. And just because the last person they were with treated them like garbage doesn't mean they get to treat me like garbage, right? You're not garbage. You're a fucking gem, all right? So please, 11:01 as I say that on my timer. First thing in August, as soon as possible, stop communicating with them. And if they reach out to you, you better boomerang it back unless they are super, super serious. And you better not be sleeping with them or you're really going to feel depleted. You don't have to take my word for it, but it's the truth. Back to the work, yeah, Empress imbalanced. That's why you're feeling so imbalanced. It's because you're still communicating with them in some way and you haven't fully cleared it out. And even if it's not in person, energetically, are you tapping into their energy all the time? Are you like laying there like, it'd be so great if I was with them and blah, blah, blah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Throw it back. Throw it back. That is for them to deal with, not you. How long are you going to do that for? Please don't do that, okay? And if you want more specifics on how to clear energy, please, I'm happy to book a 15-minute, half an hour, or an hour reading with you that we can get really specific on how and what energy you might need to be clearing with your counterpart. And not with them, but like from you to back to them so they can deal with their own stuff, right? But yeah, on the 24th, we have Uranus retrograde Taurus, which is asking you to get very, very specific about your mission work. When you work, you're able to push back energy without expending a lot of energy, right? There are other ways to clear out energy as well, expressing tears or anger, all these things. But the best way I find, and many others, and that's what Source wants, that's the grand plan, is for feminines to start stepping into work and service and using their spiritual gifts. And every time they do that, my counterpart's energy is like it's not even possible to permeate me when I'm working. It's just not. There's nothing there. So many of you, that's your way out. If you feel like the sun's gone down, if you're feeling in a really dark place right now, I am telling you, I know your emotions are overflowing. You need to like let that out, clear it, and then you need to get really real on what it is you want to do for yourself going forward. What do you want to do that doesn't have to do with love? What do you want to do that has to do more with your own passion, your own desire, loving yourself, right? Like finding your gifts, okay? Yeah, we have that new moon then on the 27th as we close out the month, and that's going to be a great time for manifestations and in writing down and saying, this is what I want. This is what I want. My lips also, it's like suddenly they feel really chapped. Again, maybe you guys need to be drinking a lot more water. Just hanging out, focused on, yeah, look at this. See, the Chariot, you're being asked to move quickly into your masculine energy, Divine Feminines. This is the swing back. Once you fully cut them out, you're going to step into that masculine energy. You're going to be working. You're going to be doing this and that. But you've got to be decisive and clear. You can't be like, well, maybe I'll do this. You've got to quickly be like, I'm being called to this. I mean, when I got called to get on TikTok in January, it was like, bam, I got on. I started posting, bam, okay, website, bam, bam. Now it's YouTube channel. I mean, it's been one thing after the other. But I think many of you, because you're not making a choice, it's stalling your victory here. And because you're not letting that masculine go, you're still looking to the past of who you thought they were. And understand who you thought they were was the wounded version of them. And you're no longer wounded, you're healing. So the only way you ever have that person or anyone back in your life is if they're the healed version of them. You don't want the old version of them back. That was a freaking burden. Lay it down, right? What did that person actually give you? Really ask yourself that. You think you're worth that little to beg for a conversation, to beg for time or attention? Absolutely not. You're out there like you're starving for water and they won't give you any. That's not a nice person, okay? That's an imbalanced, shady person, okay? So please focus on your own self-worth. Why do you think you're not worthy of more than that? You're not worthy of a few raindrops when you're like crinkled up in the hot sun, okay? Someone needs to like bathe you in a refreshing, bath of water. I hope that analogy worked. But please, I know it's a rough time right now, it sounds like, for you Pisces feminines. Please also watch your moon and rising. That will help you, possibly your Venus. And try your best, maybe do not watch your counterparts' placements right now. Focus on you. And like I said, if you feel called, I think just this feels like a very rocky feminine reading for me. So some of you definitely read my free blog content if you feel called. But I love you. Hang in there. You're going to get through this. I feel like by mid-September to early October, as my crown going wild there, as we approach Libra season, you're going to be feeling more balance, okay? We got to get through Virgo too, but this feels like the big transition is August here for you. Okay, so fight that energy off and release it, okay? I love all of you. Please subscribe if this is helpful. And again, watch your moon and rising. I feel like that's important for you.